says, "Oh no."
Yeah.
How did Kelsey mess up now that we're
I don't
recording?
know. I can't remember exactly what it was, but she couldn't figure out something that she should have known or something. And she said, "Oh," yeah, she was just laughing at herself because she's the
Yeah.
one who's always supposed to know everything.
I mean, you know, tech,
Technically,
tech,
anyway.
technical
Technically.
stuff is her
Yes.
forte for me. Without
Yes.
her, I'm lost.
Oh, I
So,
understand.
halfway through, what I want to hear from you is sort of what you're proud of, but also, you know, genuinely what you're struggling with. And it could be a struggle, could be an expectation that you had, and something that you're disappointed in, or something like that. So, give me the good and the bad and the ugly. Who's up first? Adrienne, you're top left. So why don't you go first?
Okay, I'll start off first. Um,
Sure.
this week I found that I'm influenced a lot by people when I'm out eating or even at home. Like I'm afraid of upsetting people or by making changes and things like that. So I was just reading about self-respect and just realizing that, I have to stand up for myself. I don't want to eat like that. So today we had a wonderful hummus and cucumber dip thing instead of our usual pretzels or goldfish, and one other thing I learned this week is not planning my meals. If I don't plan, the food is not good. It's not healthy. Like I'm trying to remember the high nutrition and the low calorie. I really want to get to the point where we're eating healthier. So,
Well, that's great. So two things that you said, that really stick out to you is, and write this down for yourself,
okay.
right?
Okay.
What is the cost of people pleasing?
Cost of what?
People pleasing,
Yeah, really.
because
It's
that's really
it's
what
a
you said, right?
yeah, it's really
It
a high
is,
cost.
I will put my own needs and my own desires aside to please others. So what's the
Yeah.
cost of that? And
Yeah.
only you can answer that. And the
Yeah.
second thing is, when I don't plan, right? So if I don't follow a few of the IFSisms that we talked about, always
Yeah.
know what, when, and where your next meal is, right? If I don't
Yeah.
know that, I run into problems constantly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because then, um, you know, I'll end up getting hungry or getting some cravings, and then I eat whatever in hell doesn't outrun me. That doesn't
Oops.
make you a bad person. That makes you human. Doesn't make you weak.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't make you anything but a human being, because that is what we do. When we get hungry, we are genetically wired to satiate.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oops.
And in an
You
environment,
froze on me.
oh, and you froze on me now. Did everybody freeze
Robert, you
except for
froze
me?
on me.
Yep,
Oh,
I can hear
there
you
you
though.
are.
Can you hear me?
Okay, you're back.
Okay.
Okay.
All right,
Oh,
great.
no, you're still
So
frozen. Are you frozen for Debbie? Is he frozen with you?
Yeah,
Debbie's
he's frozen
frozen,
for me too. Yep.
Oh,
but you
okay.
can hear me?
Yeah, yeah. He's
Me too,
frozen for
Steph.
everybody. Yeah, yeah.
All right, I'm sure it'll
Okay.
kick. Your internet connection is unstable. You're unstable. How about that?
Okay.
Yeah. You and your
Uh,
internet connection.
you're kind of broken up.
Great. All right, let's give it a second here. Well,
I don't
it's
know.
because I switched the
Okay.
neck here. Oh, hold on. I forget.
Say something, Robert.
I'll be right there. It's coming.
Mm. Oh, there you are.
Oh, here we go.
Finally.
All right.
Okay.
For whatever reason, the Wi-Fi network just switched over to like a network that we don't use. So I apologize for that. All right. So yeah, I don't know why. So what you said is, listen. So what does people pleasing cost me? Number one, and number two is,
Mm-hmm.
um, I at least need to know what, when, and where my next meal is, because that is one of the major keys to success.
When and where?
And let me put it into perspective for you, right? Let's talk about environment. I always use this example. When you leave the gym and you drive home to your house, and I'm not talking about restaurants, I'm talking about now, How many places can you get something to eat on the way back to your house? Think about that. Healthy, unhealthy. IFS is one of them.
Yeah, that's the only one. Yeah.
Is it really? No, no
Yeah.
way. On the way
Yeah,
back to your house?
yeah, from IFS to my house, I just go up 23 and get on High Crest, and then I'm at my house, and
All
there's
right, how
nothing
many
there.
lights is that to High Crest?
Just one. Just that one on that circle right outside IFS.
Are you wrecking me now? So now you wrecked my whole thing. So
Oh,
how about this?
okay.
If you were going down to Target,
Oh, okay.
how many places could you stop to eat?
That would be healthy.
No, not
Probably,
healthy. Forget
no,
healthy.
just,
Forget
oh,
healthy.
that I could
Just
eat.
anywhere where you could get food. This is an example for you, right? If you
Too
started to count
many.
them, it would become innumerable,
There's,
right? And
yeah, there's
measurable.
probably 25 or 30 easily.
At
You have a
least, and
Dunkin'
you'd be
Donuts,
surprised.
a Wendy's,
Dunkin' Donuts,
Chili's,
Right.
bagels.
Applebee's,
Oh,
Outback.
Two Dunkin' Donuts right next to each other.
Yeah, right.
yeah, yeah.
Lowe's has food in it, right? Home Depot has food in it.
Target.
There you
Oh
go.
my God.
Okay. So what I want you to think about is this. It takes 10,000 years to alter a gene. 10,000.
Okay.
The way that we function today is the way that we've been functioning as a species for 10,000 years. That's a long time.
Okay.
So now when you understand that your genetics are the same genetics that you've had for 10,000 years,
Yeah.
let's think about lifestyle. The lifestyle that you've had just today versus the turn of last century, 1900. How different is that? So, in the
Mm.
turn of 1900, we were on horseback.
Yeah, yeah,
You don't
yeah,
really think about that from a day to day basis, right? At 1900, we were on horseback. In
yeah.
1906, the first flight took place.
Wow.
Only the rich could afford cars. The Ford Model T was the first one to be an
Yeah,
affordable car, and that didn't start until the 1920s, 100 years ago.
yeah,
So that means that you are taking a horse-drawn carriage into a town to get your supplies, or you are growing your own food,
yeah.
etc. So that is from 100 years ago, and it takes 10,000 years to alter a gene. A game I always play is this. 100 years ago, if you wanted to have an apple pie, what would you would have to have done?
Yeah. Grow
You
the
would have to have
apples.
first go and plowed a fucking field to
Yeah,
get your flour.
yeah,
You would have had to go and pump water and farmer carry it back to your house. You would have had to go and carry apples,
apples.
300 yards away, a bushel of apples back to your house.
Yeah.
It cost you 4,000 calories to make a 4,000 calorie apple pie 100 years ago.
Yeah,
Today,
yeah, yeah,
Adrienne, if I asked you out on a date, right? And someplace nice like Applebee's, not like crappy. But if I
yeah,
asked you out on a date, we go and we get our drinks, we're going to get our bread, we're going to get our appetizer, we're going to
yeah.
get more drinks. You're finally going to get a 3,000 calorie entree. And then we go, well, let's split dessert, right? So they bring us apple pie a la mode.
Yeah.
That's how we get apple pie today. But that's just a 125-year change over 10,000 year genetics.
Wow,
So what I
wow.
want you to understand is you are hardwired for these things,
Yeah,
these
yeah,
cravings, these instantaneous, I need to eat right now.
yeah.
That's genetic.
We are hardwired, yeah.
You're hardwired
Right.
that way. So
Genetically,
you
yeah.
live in an environment that is ripe for weight gain and ripe to be unhealthy, which
Yeah,
means the number of decisions, the number of food decisions you have to make on a daily basis, are literally thousands more than what it was just
yeah.
100 years ago. You know what your food decision was 100 years ago? How much do I want to make of this oatmeal that takes me 4 hours to make, or
Yeah,
this dinner that I had to go kill the cow out in the field to do?
yeah. Oh, yeah, or the chicken. Oh,
Right, exactly.
yeah, yeah,
And that's what life looked like. So, well, when you say plan my meals, yeah, planning your meals is essential, at least the next meal, because what it does is it minimizes your decision making. And
mm-hmm.
that's exactly what you want to do. You want to minimize your decisions.
Yeah,
The more decisions, the harder it is. And that's why I tell you guys all the time, cook large, package small, because then
Yeah.
you know I have food that's ready to eat. I have food in the fridge for tomorrow. I have food in the freezer. I know what I'm going to eat. And just eating the same thing on repeat.
Yeah.
That's a superpower, by the way. Eating the same thing on repeat is a superpower because then you have consistency. And consistency is where fat loss comes from.
Eating on a repeat.
Yeah. Eating the same
Okay.
things on repeat.
Yeah.
Pick 3 or 4 meals, keep that for the week, eat it all week. Next week, pick 3 or 4 different things, cook it
Yeah.
for the week, eat it. Cook on
Yeah.
Sundays and Wednesdays. And that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, when you think about it, women who work, have families, they have to plan that way.
Craziness, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah.
have to go home and cook for my family, but this one doesn't eat this and this one doesn't eat that. So
Yeah.
then I have
Yeah.
to default to, well, I'll just make one meal and it's the shit meal because it's easiest because this kid will eat it. Well,
Yeah.
screw that
Yeah.
kid.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let him go hungry
So,
for a couple of days and then he'll eat what he's told.
yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Sure. Deb, how about yourself? What are you really succeeding at? And what are some of your biggest struggles up to this point, 6 weeks in?
I don't know. My biggest struggle, I think, is just feeling like I'm just stuck still, like at the same weight. And I know we all talked about weight, we talked about muscle mass, and it's just a data point. I understand that. I feel like, I mean, my clothes still fit me. It's not like I'm really lean because the clothes are not super big on me. They do feel good. They feel good, so that's a positive.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like um, I don't know. I feel like I've gotten more information out of this so far. That's the positive. I've gotten a lot of knowledge. Like I was listening to one of your PowerPoints from week 5, and
Yeah. That's
you
good.
talk about the quality of food and how many workouts you've done up until this point in your life equals where you're at. Okay. So like determines your body
Leanness
fat,
wise, right?
leanness, right? Your body fat.
Yeah.
And and I think that's a great gauge. I don't know why it stuck with me, but how many years, I wonder, how many years do you need to be doing that? Because I've been pretty active my whole life. I haven't been strength training. When I started IFS, I just started strength training. So I even though I was active all before that, I've never really lifted weights. So I don't know from that point on, like how, and I know you say it takes a while to, you know, paying attention to what you put in your mouth, like the quality of foods you're eating and the strength training and the activity. So, I mean, that to me, I'm almost, I'm encouraged by that. At least, it doesn't matter where you are in life as long as you start somewhere, right? Um, that I'm encouraged by. I I still feel that I don't know. I honestly I'm not really sure. I mean, I have a weight goal in mind. I want to be lean. I told you in the beginning I want to be more lean and increase my muscle mass. So I think it's just I'm making peace with the fact that if I'm a little bigger in my clothes and they're tight in certain areas where I'm gaining more muscle, then I'm okay with that at this point in this
That's
stage of the game. I
yeah.
want to be able to roll around and pick up and put down, and my granddaughter, I want to be able to keep up with her when she's active because the way she's going right now, she's going to be quite the active little girl. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, let's talk about some of the
Okay.
things that you just brought up, right? Because I think that's
Hmm.
helpful things.
Right.
So first, you said, all right, I haven't lost weight. I have a goal weight, but I also deeper than that, right? Let's put the goal weight
Hmm.
aside. I have a goal of
Hmm.
gaining weight in the form of muscle.
Right.
Yeah.
So when you
Hmm.
put it like that, right, muscle has weight to it,
Yeah,
doesn't it?
that's true.
A pound
Hmm.
is a pound. I want to gain weight in the form of muscle tissue. I want to lose weight in the form of fat.
Right.
So do you have that baseline? Do you know what your body fat is?
Uh, I do. I do have a baseline.
Okay.
So
You want to? Are you comfortable sharing those numbers with the group? Because I'll use you as an
I have
example.
to look at them. Sorry. To
No
look at
problem.
them.
What I need is weight and body fat percentage.
Okay. So as of May 1st, it says I'm 38.3 body fat percentage.
Okay.
And
And your weight?
the weight is 174.
All right. So now what we're going to do, see that? What we're going to do is break this down. Okay. I just need to
Okay.
my phone. Let's talk about pounds. So that means that 61.7% of you is not fat, by the way. Congratulations.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it's a
Well,
big deal, isn't it?
yeah.
Yes.
So when you have these numbers, what you want to be able to do is figure out your fat poundage, because percentage is a data point, but it doesn't give you enough information. So right now you have a scale weight, which is a data point, and you have a body fat percentage, which is a data point. So
Hmm.
let's figure this out, shall we? So you're going
Okay.
to go 174 multiplied by 38.3 is percent gives you 66.6 pounds of body fat, which means you have 108 or 107.4 pounds of lean body mass. So that's everything on your body, excluding fat, hair, skin, bones, eyes, water, organs, teeth, muscle,
Hmm.
right? All right. So now you have different data points.
I see. Yeah.
66.6 pounds of fat, 107.4 pounds of lean body mass. That's not muscle. Muscle is lean body mass. Lean body mass may not necessarily be muscle, right? So everything that's not fat. Did
Okay.
does your scale give you a muscle percentage?
Yes.
And what did it come out as?
Um, Sorry. Is it skeletal muscle?
That would be
Is that
skeletal
it?
muscle. You got it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. So skeletal muscle. I'm just trying to get to the exact date because it's giving me the
Yeah, sure.
range. Um, May 1st. 35.9%.
All right, so we're just going to round up to
36.
36.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So that gives you 62.6 pounds of skeletal muscle. Now, here's the challenge, right? What we've got is you got 66.6 pounds of fat, 62.6 pounds of muscle. So at those numbers, right, at
Mm-hmm.
38.3% body fat, that's not going to give you the look that you're looking for.
Right.
What you want is you want to see that muscle number go way up. And you said, listen, I've been active, but I haven't strength trained.
Right.
So the term that I'll share with you is called sarcopenia. Sarcopenia is adult muscle loss. That means when you're right around the age of 30 and on, if you don't give your body a reason to hold on to muscle, it starts to shed it. The reason is because muscle
Mm.
tissue is the primary driver of your metabolic rate. So if you're what, 55, Deb?
I wish.
Yeah.
60. 60.
Okay.
Wow.
So for 30 years,
Mm-hmm.
right, minus one or two,
Right.
your body has been experiencing adult sarcopenia. Your body
Mm-hmm.
loses about half of a pound of lean tissue a year. So if you do that for 30 years, that's 15 pounds of lean tissue.
Wow.
So your weight may not change, but you look a lot softer, right? You're
Mm-hmm.
squishier. But
Mm-hmm.
the big problem is it's compounding because your metabolic rate drops because muscle tissue burns all the calories. A pound
Right.
of muscle tissue burns, a pound of fat burns about 4 to 6 calories per day. A pound of muscle tissue burns about 10 calories per day.
Wow.
So now, by losing 15 pounds of muscle tissue over the last 30 years, you lost about 150 calories of metabolic burn daily. That means what you used to eat to maintain your weight now gains weight. Is it a substantial amount of food? No. And you don't go, oh, you know what? It's May 4th. May the 4th be with you. You don't go, oh, it's May 4th. I've been doing this for a year. I lost half a pound of muscle. I now need to eat 15 calories less a day, every single day. You don't do that.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You go, today's Monday, yesterday was Sunday, and I'm a creature of habit and I eat what I eat. And that's what we do. Not realizing the cost to the inaction, right? So to answer your question, how long do you need to do this? You need to do this for the rest of your life.
Right.
Because you want to create an environment where you have as much muscle tissue as possible. So now what you're not looking for is you're not looking at 174, because 174 just is the actual number that allows you to get the data we just got, right?
Right.
Now this data starts to make sense to you. Mm-hmm. So at 38.3% body fat, that's still not enough data. 66.6 pounds of body fat, now fat mass, right? Now I can start to see, is what I'm doing working? 62.6 pounds of muscle tissue, is what I'm doing working? Am I creating the stimulus and providing the material to gain muscle? And am I starving my body enough calories that it's going to allow fat to be lost? I want to give myself every single thing I need except for the calories. And I want to create a stimulus for my body to at least minimally hold on to muscle, ideally create it. And that's done through intense strength training, at least 3 times a week, preferably 4.
Wow.
And now I have numbers that I can track. Mm-hmm. Because now this means something. So if this went up to 177 next month, should you freak out?
Yeah.
With that?
I'm kidding.
Kidding, right?
I might freak out, but then I'll hear your voice
emotionally,
in my head.
Right? Emotionally, because we've been taught, oh my gosh, all weight gain is bad weight gain.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's why I always want you to run the test of go step on a scale, step off the scale, drink an entire bottle of water, and then step back on the scale.
That's yeah.
You'll be 2 pounds heavier. 0 of it is fat. Right? So what I want you to do is start to develop the logic muscle, not just the emotional response, but start to develop the logic muscle where you go, all right, I just stepped on a scale and I'm 177. Well, what's my body fat say? Well, it says 38.3% or 38.5. Well, what's that equal poundage wise? It equals 67.1. Well, I gained half a pound of fat, which means I must have gained 2.5 pounds of lean body mass. That's not a bad trade-off right there. And that's short term, right? Long term, if you did that 3 times through the course of a year and you ended up with 6-7 pounds more of lean body mass, what would happen to your metabolic rate?
Go
up. Sure.
It would skyrocket by about 75 calories a day, allowing you to eat more food, lose more fat easier. So one of the things that, halfway through a program like this, we always put a pause on, and we have a kind of like a come to your senses meeting. Right? Because I've done this a bunch of times. Come to your senses meeting. Everybody's freaking out. Why am I not getting the results I thought I was going to get? Well, I told you weren't going to. Number 1, you didn't believe me. Number 2 is here's why. You need to start
probably right. Yep.
What's that?
You're right. We believed you, but we didn't believe you. So, if that makes any sense.
Of course it does. I'm going to be the outlier.
But
all right, sure you are.
You're right. Usually right. But you're usually right, Robert.
It's just experience. It's just experience.
It is.
So this is how I want you to track from now on. So when we talk about taking your body fat monthly, this is what I mean. This is part of Measure What Matters. Because if all I have is a scale weight, I don't know if I'm succeeding or not. Especially if you throw into the equation the body weight range.
Right.
Body weight range throws everything off, which is why it's imperative to have those numbers. So, you know, start working on your patience muscle and your logic muscle.
Patience. Yeah.
Yeah, your patience muscle and your logic muscle, they are your biggest partners in long-term results. And have accurate data points so you can make clear decisions, not emotional reactions. Remember, we go right back to the seminar and then we go right back to week one. One of the pillars of this program, one of the things that are going to make you successful long term is not having emotional reactions. It's emotional regulation.
Right.
And that's only done through practicing logic.
Okay. Do you know, I wanted to add something. My scale gives me the percent fat, and it also gives lean body mass, but I never pay attention to that. So I'm going to start logging that because I log my fat too whenever I weigh myself.
Mhm.
So I'll log that too because I just recently put on weight, but I lost 1% of fat.
So
So
that means you gain muscle tissue.
I gained
Congratulations.
some,
That's
yeah.
exactly what you told me you wanted to do.
Yeah. So, yeah, thank you. So now I'm going to start measuring, start recording my muscle mass too.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
If you gained
Yeah.
weight and your fat went down, holy shit, you're accomplishing exactly what you said you wanted to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. So I don't have to feel so bad.
Not only should you not feel bad, you should actually be
So
impressed
good.
that you are
Yeah.
accomplishing what you set out to do.
Yeah.
And when you put the numbers to it, and you have the data points to show you, you go, wow,
Yeah.
this is what I've been able to accomplish. I've been
Yeah.
eating a little bit more protein,
Yeah.
and I've been strength training 3 times a week
Yeah.
intensely, where I wasn't doing that.
Yeah.
And I've been, chilling out on snacking so much, especially getting out of the
Uh-huh.
car, driving across the country. And look at that, magic happened. Right?
Yeah.
So it's something to keep in mind. Logic and patience. Logic and patience.
Patience.
Body
Yeah.
change is a bitch
Hmm.
Yeah.
Robert,
because
what's the difference? I'm sorry. I
go
didn't
ahead.
mean to interrupt you. What's the difference between skeletal muscle and muscle mass on this
Nothing.
scale? Nothing, right? Okay. Thanks.
They are one and the same.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. And then Ellen.
Yes, Robert.
Hello. So here's what we're looking for. We're looking for things that you are proud of over the first 6 weeks. And it could be something like, you know what? I've been doing the reading, I've been doing the work, I've been tracking this or that, things that you are frustrated by. So the good, the bad, and the ugly. And
Okay,
by the way, how's the turkey burger?
so the things that I am proud of is that I have pushed my water amount up higher.
Great.
I've been focusing on my protein and getting 40 grams of protein in a meal, and that's the
Wow.
only thing I focus on.
Wow.
Um, I'm very, very frustrated with the fact that although I could say I've done these things, I'm not consistent. And I think part of my reason for not being consistent is that I don't have a drive of why, even though I want it, I'm not consistent enough. So I fall, and I'm very frustrated with that because in my head and everything I hear you say, Robert, not just here, but in class and workouts, it's all like, to me, I know it, but I don't do it. So I feel like to know and not to do is not to know it. So I get frustrated with that because it's like, why can't I just do this?
Mhm.
I understand it, but I'm frustrated with the fact that I don't have a strong enough reason. And I don't know what that is. I
Well,
just, I don't
let's
know.
hold on. Let's pause it then. Let's pause it. Answer the question then. Why can't I do that?
Yeah, why can't I? I don't know. I have all these things. Everything you say is there. It's in here.
But if you
Drink
did know,
water,
what would it
40
be?
grams of protein. I'm sorry.
Hold on, time out. Let's just focus, right? If you did know, what would it be?
If I did know, I just want to, bottom line, I want to feel better about me. That's what it
Well,
really comes down to. But it's
so
not
what is your
strong enough
expectation?
because sometimes you say, fuck it. Excuse my French. I'm sorry, ladies. I didn't mean to do
That's
that.
not French. All right. So sometimes I say fuck it, the French version. It's fuck hey. Um, so with that, right? When you say, all right, fuck it, that's also human, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. And now we have to talk about expectation. Are you expecting perfection?
I guess I do. I always have with myself, with everything. I don't want to fail.
So what's failure?
I'm sorry.
What is failure?
Failure is not being successful at what you set yourself up to do.
Okay. And I would call it giving up then, right?
Giving up.
Giving up would be failing, quitting, doing something.
Well, that's when you say, fuck it. You just gave up at that moment. Correct.
But that's not giving up. That's a temporary lapse.
Okay.
So
I don't
I'm
give
going to
up.
reframe. All right. So I want to reframe this for you, right? Because I want you to own this. Giving up would be quitting and stopping, but you don't quit and stop.
No.
No, you say fuck hey, and then you do something that you're not proud of, and then you get up, dust yourself off, and you get back on the horse, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll tie that back to consistency in a minute. Now, what we're looking at is what the IFism I call that is compounding mistakes. You want to minimize compounding mistakes because it's not the one bad choice that's the killer. It's the next bad choice that's the killer. So when you start to compound your mistakes, that's when things really start to hurt. And here's what that comes from. Compounding mistakes typically looks like this. I expect myself to be perfect because that's what I require of myself. A lot of people think perfection is the best version of themselves. That's bullshit, by the way. It's another curse word. Oh no. Let's strike that from the recording. Kelsey, please strike bullshit from the recording. So a lot of people view perfectionism as the best version of themselves, when in reality, it's actually the worst version of yourself. Perfectionism is the worst version of yourself because you are setting yourself up for something you know is not attainable and certainly is not maintainable.
You're going to fail.
So it's actually a form of quitting before you even get started.
Wow. Wow. That's interesting. Yeah.
Isn't it?
Wow.
I expect this, but I already know I can't do it because I'm a human and by nature I am not perfect. But I'm going to have this expectation. So when I quit and don't reach it, I can then layer on how much I suck.
Yeah.
Are you inside my head?
It's really, that's good. That's really unbelievable. Yeah. Wow.
Kind of goes like that. And then you, like you say, you brush yourself off, you stand back up, and you do it again.
Right. So I'm going to give you a different measurement. Okay.
Okay.
So let's rephrase what consistency is. And you have a chart for this, but you don't have to use the chart. Let's say you are hitting those numbers 3 days a week and you're looking at it like, oh, I fail 4 times a week. Well, what if you hit those numbers 4 times a week? Is that progress or you still suck?
Progress.
And how much does it actually require for you to adhere to see results? Because it's not perfect. It's not perfection that you're striving for. It's change that you're striving for, right?
Yes.
Okay, so then let's change the goal from perfection to transformation.
Or to change.
We're
I
going to
like it.
change the goal from perfection to transformation. What am I
Transformation.
doing currently and what I'm doing has me where I am. So if I were to make a 1 day change on top of this, going from 3 days of consistency to 4 days of consistency, what would that do? Does it yield the result that I want? I don't know yet. But is it in the right direction? Hell yes. And that's what I care about, because I can't get to 5 days if I'm only getting to 3 days, pissing all over myself, and I have to start all over again.
Wow. That's true.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty heavy, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Wow.
Huh.
Listen, is there anybody you have ever met in your life that doesn't know what they're supposed to do to lose fat? No. You know what to do, right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
got nothing to do with knowledge. It has everything to do with understanding and execution. What are your limiting beliefs? Your limiting belief for you, Ellen, like you just said, is I require perfection or I suck. And that is what prevents you from being successful. So progress is not good enough unless it's perfection. Well, let's see you be successful then.
Wow.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Wow.
good. It's very good. Lot to think
So then
about.
we have a mindset shift.
Wow.
Great. Everybody's smiling now. I like it.
Yeah.
Even
It's,
Stephanie's smiling. Look,
it's almost like, see how great you're doing. Yeah. That's what it really comes
it
down
could be,
to.
see how great I'm doing. It could be, right?
Yeah.
But also
Yeah.
could be 1 day, see how great I'm doing. One
Mhm.
day, oh, I suck. Wait, I need to talk myself out of that, because do I actually suck? No, what actually just happened? What, I ate a donut? Is the donut the reason I would never see any results in my life? No, of course not. So there's got to be that hug of kind of reality. Yeah, shove a boot up your ass, but give yourself a hug and move on quicker. Because what you're trying to do is delay time between setbacks and delay intensities of the setbacks, not eliminate them, just delay. And think about it. You went through life delaying time between setbacks and delaying intensities of setbacks. Holy crap. You'd be like, this is okay.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, Ellen, thank
Stephanie.
you.
You're welcome. Thank you, Robert, because
Really,
wow,
thank
that's
you.
pretty.
Wow. It's the mind
Wow.
meld for the May the 4th. Wow.
That's
There
Really
you go. That's
Jedi
Star
mind
Trek.
tricks you are. Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's May 4th. Hi, Steph.
I got him confused.
You are? Steph?
Yes, hi. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah. Now I can. Yes.
Okay, I was like, hi.
Hello.
Just checking the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yep.
So the good is me increasing like how much weight I'm adding and seeing that my muscles are getting stronger to increase the weight higher than I thought,
Wow.
and being less tired, if that makes sense. Even though like I sleep absolutely terribly, um
Yeah.
and I'm fully aware of that, but I seem to still have energy. But I didn't really pay attention to how much energy until the other day when Deb was like, do you feel yourself more energized? And I was like, kind of not really, because I'm mostly tired, but I've been paying attention since then. And then I am more energized, especially after a workout. I'm always very much more energetic. So then it's like I'm doing 2 walks with my dogs afterwards. So keeping
Wow.
moving a lot more and increasing was my good. The bad and the ugly are kind of a combo of, I attempted, the second week was great meal prepping, right? I meal prepped. I was so excited. I was like, yay, meal prepping. And then third week, I was like, I meal prepped. And then I looked at the food and I was like, I'm not even hungry. So, because we all know I'm very open about being on the Manjaro for diabetes, which my diabetes is great and my blood pressure is great and my eyes have healed. But my curbing is a lot worse, I feel like, than most people's curbing to
Of
eat.
course.
And so there are definitely still times where, like before the gym, I'm very active about eating something, even if I'm very, very not hungry. But I'm like, I need to do it because I know if I don't, I'm going to be sick during my workout. So I'm active with that. But then, sorry. But then,
No.
other times, like if I'm not at the gym and then I'm like midday, I'm like, oh, slight like fatigue feeling, and I'm like, oh, probably haven't eaten anything today. So, it's like increasing protein. I'm always pretty on top of, right? I added the protein with the water, so the clear water to keep on protein in. Um, and then I really have like one meal a day, and then if I'm feeling like any type of snacking, which is really rare, then it's usually like an apple or something. And let me tell you, in my house, I have my grandmother and my aunt, and they are not on diets. They are actually trying to gain weight. So I have them on, like, they get to eat all the lovely snacks they want. So on my table is like my fruits, so my pears and my apples and things like that, my quick, easy fruits to grab. And then right next to that is their chocolate bars and Kit Kats and their donuts and stuff. But I've been really good about not like craving that part of the sweets and sticking to eating more of that, my yogurts, the things. And the other bad is my meal prepping is terrible. Mainly because so I have all this stuff, but then I have a habit of like not eating leftovers in a sense. And so meal prepping is kind of like a leftover. And then I'm just not into it. So it doesn't go to waste in my house because everyone else will eat it. But like me myself, I'm like, okay, I have all the means to make it. So I just have to separate everything in portions and then freeze it like that. So it's like a one meal thing. So I know when I'm home and I'm like, oh, I'm in the mood to eat like an actual chicken breast with, then I can easily do that. So it's more of like a eating right then and there type thing. Otherwise, it seems to do well. Like I'm not running out and eating fast food on the days I'm hungry, and I'm not. Um, Actually, I don't eat. I barely.
You're paying attention to some of the nutrition components of your needs.
Yeah, yeah, and it's hard. It's because I'm putting such emphasis on when I am hungry that I'm trying to hit the goal of making sure it's a high protein, a well balanced meal. Because it's like when I'm actually hungry for something, I'm like my body needs that nutrient, and so I'm trying to give it its best foot forward for nutrients. Because I don't get hungry as often as everyone else normally does.
Well, so let's talk about that too, and steps. First question. I know you have told me this before. Do you have type 1 or type 2 diabetes?
I the one without the insulin, so I don't have to take anything extra for it. I don't know.
No, that's just
That's
insulin dependent. So 1 or 2.
to
One
two.
would be you were born with it. 2 would be you grew into it.
To two.
Okay. So I'll show you what's happening for you. All right. That's a fat cell.
Right, Johnny, don't phone yet.
Sorry.
No, no. I'm also with a client. You're good.
Oh, I got you. I got you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's insulin. So how it fits perfectly into the fat cell.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So type 2 diabetes. Just so you know, there's only 3 times in your life where you experience hyperplasia of fat cells. It means more fat cells. Birth, infancy, and the onset of adolescence. Those are the only 3 times in your life you get more fat cells. Other than that, you have either atrophy, which is shrinking, or hypertrophy, which is cell increase in size.
Great.
So when somebody gains body fat, right, they gain weight, they gain fat past that age of adolescence. You don't get more cells. The cells experience a hypertrophy. They increase in size, but the insulin receptor does not increase. So the insulin receptor increases, but insulin does not. So the cell and the insulin receptor increase in size, but insulin does not. So over time, what will happen is that's where you become insulin resistant. And if you do that long enough and you get heavy enough, then you get insulin dependent type 2 diabetes. that means that you have really screwed up for a really long time.
Right.
Right. So what's going on right now is, now that we know that you can experience hypertrophy and atrophy of a cell, what's going on is, as you're losing weight, this cell is shrinking in size, as is the insulin receptor, which means eventually insulin is going to fit into that receptor better, and you are going to have a properly functioning system.
Nice. That's
Yep.
positivity looking at its best. I said positivity looking at its best.
Yeah. Uh-huh. So now when you say, all right, I have type 2 diabetes, so that's a lifestyle disease, but you are also in control of what happens for the outcome. Well, that's a great thing, right?
Yes.
So that's with your type 2 diabetes. As far as hunger goes, right now you say, all right, listen, I'm taking a medication that really its job is to make me not hungry, so I don't increase the size of my fat cells. That its main function is to turn off food noise.
Yeah.
And what's that?
I was just agreeing.
Okay. So what I want you to do is make a deal with yourself to not go longer than 4 hours without having something planned,
Okay.
something planned, not reactive. Okay. The reason is, physiologically, controlling blood sugar is one of the physiologically, now not psychologically, physiologically controlling your blood sugar is the key. I would say the number one priority for fat loss, sustained fat loss, controlling blood sugar. So whether you feel it or not, and you may get those signals late, whether you feel it or not, when your blood sugar starts to drop, you get a little lethargic, but also you get cravings. And it may be subtle, or they may come on powerfully all at once. And basically the body is saying, hey, you've dropped my blood sugar, and I actually don't care about how much fat storage you have. You could have 500 pounds of fat storage, but I don't want you to touch that, because body fat equals survival for me. And you know how we were talking about it takes 10,000 years to alter a gene? Mm-hmm. Think about what life was like 1,000 years ago. There was not even one single McDonald's, not one. Mm-hmm. There were no billions and billions and billions and billions served. You would have had to find your food. So we were hunter and gatherers, right? As your blood sugar dropped, it was a signal for you to hunt harder. And your body doesn't want to give up body fat because, sorry?
No, you're good.
Okay. Your body never wants to give up body fat. Still to this day, remember, still the same genetics, just a different lifestyle. Because losing body fat means that you cannot sustain life for nearly as long. Body fat is stored energy. It is a preservation. It's a body preservation system. And your body doesn't want to give it up. It wants to make you lethargic, and it wants to make your metabolic rate slower, which is why when you're in a calorie deficit and not having nutrition and not strength training, it gives up the muscle tissue, not the fat.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a reason for it, by the way. It's genetic. So that's why you have to create stimulus for muscle. But for right back to what we were talking about with you, Steph. So whether you feel it or not, right around that 4.5 hour mark, when your blood sugar starts to drop, you need to put something in there. It could be small. It doesn't need to be a meal. It could be 2 bites of something planned.
Got it.
That brings your blood sugar back to stable.
Okay.
And then you're done.
Okay.
So set a timer on your watch.
I was just like, I was going to set my calendar. I was going to set my timer off every 4 hours.
Yep. Am I hungry? No, I'm not hungry. But do I need to eat? Yes, because what's happening in my blood sugar? Well, in about an hour, I'm going to eat whatever doesn't outrun me.
Right. Okay.
So let me plan ahead and do the plan before something stupid happens.
And thankfully, it's just like I forget to eat altogether, and then I'm like, it's 8 p.m. and I should probably have a full plate of dinner.
Yeah. Well, wait to see what'll happen to your energy too. You know the Snickers commercials? You're not you when you're hungry.
Oh yeah, eat a Snickers.
I'm not suggesting you eat a Snickers.
I know,
I'm not suggesting you eat a Snickers.
Or so mine would be like, here's a bag of nuts and a yogurt.
Mm-hmm. Right. And I will now overeat, because that's what most people do, by the way. They undereat, then they overeat, and it's never balanced.
Yeah.
And that's a repetition, just this cycle of I undereat, then I overeat, because it's a blood sugar game. My blood sugar drops, I get that signal, and I overeat by a whole bunch. Now I feel really full, and I can't eat for hours. So my blood sugar drops, and then I get that signal, and then boom, I overeat. So the typical thing is emotionally, you underfeel and you overeat, and then we overfeel and undereat. So that's the psychology and the physiology of it together. Though that is the pattern. And you already know that happens. You just have to tune into it.
Yeah.
So with that, folks, I kept you 7 minutes late today. I apologize.
It's well
You
worth
were?
it.
I don't know.
No, it was worth it.
Very, yeah, it was
Yeah,
worth
no.
the
Oh, this is great.
So
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, thank you. My God.
My
I
pleasure.
just wanted to add one thing today that
Yeah,
you
go ahead.
said. Okay, you asked me how I was doing, and I said, well, I'm feeling like I'm finally getting the handle of the program. And you said you're going to be getting the handle the rest of your life, or something like that. It's going to be something for the rest of our life. So thank you for saying that. Excuse me.
Bless you. Yeah, again, it goes back to that perfectionist mindset. We feel like we need to have everything figured out. You don't need to have everything figured out.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
I hope you guys have a great night.
Thanks, Robert.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Good night.
Bye. Have a
Good
great night,
night.
everyone.